Jack of all trades. In the name of Jesus. New dimensions of energy. In the name of Jesus. New levels of power. In the name of Jesus. Now look. There's this pleasure that the Lord has given to me. As I enter into this pleasure, more passionately, more pure, there is a security chamber that I don't want to say entangles, because that's kind of a spiritual warfare terminology. I would like to say that engulfs me into greater stratospheres of strength. Because my strength wasn't just me working out and preserving my strength. My strength was to give what was stored in the storehouse of my conscience and fully invested in that being with all my gateway energy powers, my mental gateway, my heart gateway, this gateway, my sexual gateway, all these gateways was to be directed towards that person in love, in prayer, in embrace, and treasuring. So there's certain dimensions of the love of God. Adoration, treasuring someone, valuing someone, and the more you exercise love towards that person, the more the features of God inside his heart blast out. Now you begin to adore those people. Now you begin to have violent faith towards those people. Now you begin to just become jealous over those people. Now you're operating inside the heart of God, not just looking at the heart of God. Now your operation is the engine of God's heart. So you're moving with a passion. You're moving with a zeal. You're moving with a fury, power. This is where you really, because I learned two things in the Bible, but I know them now through experience, because a man that puts his faith and trust in his own heart is a fool. And it also says the heart is deceptive above all things. And so I know that by being broken in my heart so many times, and like, well, God, you told me to do this and I did that. And then, yeah, but I didn't tell you to do it that way. And I didn't tell you to go that far. And I didn't tell you to make that move. And I didn't tell you that you took your heart and you didn't listen to me. I gave you that, and you felt the pleasure. You felt the pasture. You felt the pattern. You felt the bliss. You felt the goodness. But then you stepped out of what I told you to do. So many times, because, sometimes in life because the world teaches you, and these are true statements. You got one shot. You better go get it. And there's times for that. But there's times when the Lord has told me, this is how far you'll go. And what I did is, because I started seeing things in the physical realm. Well, I got to hurry up and get it because she might leave me, or I might not get this because this might be my only opportunity. So I started going back into my worldly mindset, say you better go and get it like a cheetah. And so I stepped out and my heart got broken. My heart got crushed. See, the reason why we get frustrated with God, because if you do one thing that he tells you not to do, the devil can come at you real strong. So I've had so many times where, how in the world do I feel so amazing right now? Now I feel crushed. God told me this and that. And because you did not fully listen to his voice, you did not fully wait on him to tell you to take the next step. You don't take a step until he tells you to take that step. The more you learn how to cultivate this in your life, the more the King Jehovah, I'm starting to become so one with God that I don't pray to God as if he's up there and I'm down here, or if I'm down here and he's over there. Like he's right here, right now, right here. He's not even in the car. We are the car. Like it's not even he's sitting in my passenger seat. No, he's in my seat. I'm in his, we're in his, you know what I'm saying? So that oneness, it requires an intent. Man, I feel good right now. I feel like something's happening. I want to tell you, I got a lot of keys for you today. We're gonna make a long segment. We're gonna make a long statement. I'm beholding my tabernacle where I spend the most amount of time with God, seeking his face, worshiping him, reverencing him on my knees, yielded to him, not just on my knees, but with the seraphims, but with my face lifted high, because God is not always about just being on your face down. It's about being face up and beholding his glory. Okay. So there's a time where you become so humble to him, where he exalts you to the position where you're able to behold his glory in his face. And that's where you get exalted, but then it's submitted back into the earth realm, back into being obedient to your wife, being obedient to your boss. See, there's certain power that God can give towards you. Then there's certain people God can give power over you. There's this one person, and it's terrifying. I never really experienced this before, but Jesus gave a person. Now, this person has power towards me and over me. And they have power over me because I'm yielded to them. So God has caused that power and the flame of the holiness and the passion that God has given to that person. So when that person's angry, I begin to tremble because I'm subjected under that power, but it's divine. I have angels flying in the corner of my conscience. Remember, your car is not your physical car, it's your conscience. Remember, your street is not your physical street, it's your conscience. Remember, that's why Jesus said the kingdom of heaven is within. You know, Jesus would speak in the most simplest way, in a kindergarten level. And he talks about the reception and how to he talks about reception and receiving in childlikeness. He talks about the highest mannerism of the heaven in childlikeness, okay? But remember, God is greater than all the heavens. So your relationship, see, we always want to live by ranks, degrees, pedigrees, and titles. You put all that down. All right, we talked about that before. I got nothing but fresh revelation, fresh knowledge, fresh insight, fresh perspective. And I feel like the Lord, there's a kickstand. He's removing the kickstand. But now that we know, see, if he would have, we're getting somewhere. I feel like in the spirit, we're getting somewhere. He's removing the kickstand.